see somebody here already smiling. But then I want to give you a little brief history about Mexico. Mexico is placed second among the most natural, beautiful countries in the world, with beautiful beaches on its Pacific Ocean and Caribbean Sea coastlines, as well as vibrant cities like the capital and foodie favorite Mexico City. And of course, when you talk about foodie, I said foodie already. Somebody is already still smiling in the studio. But then let me go down to, the jungles home to ancient civilization like Chichen Itza, desert and mountain landscape. You know what that means. So chill, relax as we have fun in the city. Hola, señorita.
Hola, mamacita.
We have landed.
Of course we
They will
have.
hear
They will hear it.
But first of all, I think I'm hungry. I want to eat something. We've been hearing about tacos.
That's the best.
And they said when you're not in Mexico and you hear about taco, you just be feeling like, okay, it's just maybe lettuce, cabbage, flour, and the rest. But when you get to Mexico and try it.
Now we're about to try it.
And that should be the very first.
Of course.
Of course. And, we are up and about. And, one thing they said is like every corner in Mexico, every corner in the city. It's funny how people will eat it in the morning, afternoon, evening.
Like,
you see people queuing.
You can't get tired of it.
And it's the queue that is like,
course.
why are people always queuing just to take tacos? So I would like, since I have this foodie with me, but it's like, but the way you eat. And I'm like, are you serious? Why eat that?
Like, even when you don't eat it like at once for it to be too much, like for you to just eat plenty, like the little you eat like ahead, like really.
But I think the reason why I said you're a foodie is because you eat well. I think most times I see you eat like it's one kind of balanced diet kind of eating.
Of course, what do you expect?
Is this one you agree now?
No, I have to agree. That's food.
But I think you like tacos though.
Did you say you think I will like or I like it?
You've not tasted it
but
yet.
I will
We're just
like
going
it.
there
of
now.
course, I will like it because it looks so delicious. Like the sight of it alone is just amazing. Like it's just
tacoish.
Tacoish. It's tacoish. So like, yeah, I think I want to just try it and then have a feel of it so I can tell a lot of people when I get back how it feels like to eat taco.
But I think these people love food a lot, and that's why the city is called like foodie favorite.
Yeah.
The Mexico City, that's the capital city. The capital of Mexico, that's Mexico City. People really love food there, and they also have street food tour, where you just see people going to street to street, to just taste different types of food.
That's why I'm so excited to be here today.
I am more excited actually.
Of course.
Even though I know I'm not going to eat over so that I won't get to, be visiting the toilet all the time. But I just feel like it is something we should just explore. And if you're planning on going to Mexico, trust me, these very populated people have a lot for you to experience. When you talk about beautiful streets, beautiful architecture, beautiful people, their women are actually very beautiful. If you're a man, if you're thinking of settling down, you can think of
over there.
Yes, and I like their mothers. Have you seen? I've seen a short clip, one short video like that of a normal mother talking to her child. Like maybe scolding her child. Why did you do that? You were not supposed to do that. What? And then they showed a Mexican woman. The way she was doing it. And I think maybe it's their tonation or something that makes it look like, it is like the mother is trying to attack. But the children are used to it. It's their way of life. And it's just, I think it's fun also, seeing them act the way they act and then doing the way. Trust me, for the fact that their mothers are like that, these people are family oriented. They love their family. They are always together. Do you notice? even if I'm married, I'm not far away from my family. Like they are always together, so that they will get to know what is the problem with you, how you're faring, and all that. So it's really fun,
Of course, it's very fun, like for you to realize you have a mother that is close to you, to realize like everybody, like it's more like, there are some places when you get married, like you stay far away from your parents and all of that. Like maybe when you just want to communicate just through the phone and all of that. But then when you realize you're a Mexican and you're married, you're close to your family. So it's more like there are some things you don't know. There are some things that you've never experienced. So you need to ask questions. You need to visit, like it's more like they are always together. So like, why would you want to feel like you're married and then you're far away from where your parents are? You will miss them, of course. Like
sometimes the missing is good though.
Yeah, to some extent. And that to some extent as well is just little on the fair side. Like being together, like they love family, like they don't joke with their families, like they're always together, they always go on tours together, they always go out, like they meet with friends, they hang out, they love to hang out, they love fun, like anything that has to do with fun, anything that is going to make them happy, that's the first thing they think of. Because they want to be happy.
Out. Did you know there's this thing these people do? They test a kind of food and drink, but most times you find out that most couples that are just married or friends that just want to hang out, they have one gorgeous room. They go. You can just be there with your friends, and then there are drinks you test, and then there are food you test, like different types of food. They can bring different, these people, like they are into food touring, so they are used to, I think their stomach is already used to the fact that yes, it doesn't get malfunction when they eat a lot of things, because it is used to it, so they can just taste different types of food. They'll bring something that you've not eaten before, and for you to just try and eat and see if you can manage it, or you can cope eating it and all. So it's really fun,
Yeah, it's very fun for you to realize you're going to test something different in time. Like I love to taste new things, especially when it has to do with food. Like I found myself in one place like that some days back, and they were saying there are a lot of things that they want to eat, and when I saw the menu I was like, wow, like
they invite me.
I'm sorry I didn't, but maybe I should next time, because you need to try that food like it was something else. This was something that I've never tried, but when I ordered for it and it came, like it was looking very beautiful, and then for me to taste it, the taste alone was something else. So I love to taste new food, especially when it has to do with food. I love to taste it. Like, so then the Mexicans always want to taste new things, especially the drinks that they always go to taste. It's more like when you try to taste something like for the first time, there are times when you take something for the first time, you don't really like it, or you like it. I think there was a time I tasted one drink that I didn't really like at first, and then like immediately, like I just had to stop it. So it's good for them to go always to try all these drinks, like new drinks. They love to have fun. So when they meet with friends, they want to do a lot. They want to do exploits. So it's better for you to understand, even if you take it just a little, for you to know if it is good for your system or it's not. And then if it's good for your system, then okay, let's kickstart, let's take it up, let's continue with this. But then if it is not, you just want to leave it. So it's good, like that's the most interesting part of it, when you realize that you're testing this thing and then it's not good for you, and then you just have to let it be. But if it is good for you, you just have to continue taking it. I know you want to try a lot of things.
I do. I want to go to a lot of places. And one thing again in Mexico that will make your visits very easy for you is they have this they have cabs, all these private cabs, that if you don't want to stress yourself in the bus,
and I don't want to stress myself,
but because some of the places, actually some of the cities are very populated, and sometimes navigating through some of the corners is actually very stressful. So sometimes people who don't want to stress, or people who don't really want to see the real fun, they just feel like, let me just take the cab and just go around. But the good thing is all these cabs are registered, and they will take you to wherever you want to go to, with your tour guide in it. They will take you to places, they will tell you things, they will you interact with people. But then there's another one again, which is actually the free walk. That one you don't need to even pay anybody anything. There's a particular time, like every day they go out around 10, you know.
10,
So you can just come out, go to that very, to a station where, you know, the people are, so that you can just walk around. But that one, I think that one is more fun because you get to walk with the locals there, and then they get to put you through some kind of, you know, they will tell you in depth, like, and you don't need to pay them,
of course,
unlike the private cars where you pay the cars and you also pay the person that is going to take you around the city. But this one is free, like the people will just take you there, and even these people are very excited to you know, have visitors come and, you know, share in their beauty, because they have beaches, they have beautiful places where, and it's natural. It's natural. Even for the fact that, you know, sometimes I'm like, why are these people still poor, you know?
True.
When it comes to their economy, it's actually a little bit backward, but these people still have some natural, beautiful places where people can visit and just have fun. And tourists actually don't lack where to go. It is not possible. There's this place, Cozumel, Cozumel Island, where you would see people diving into the waters, and sometimes I'm like, what kind of liver are these people using? You see, is it tortoise or what inside, you know? And it has a lot of marine life there, where you see fish, you see different types of fish there, and you see people still, you know, diving. It's like they're having conversation with the fish inside the water. I don't know.
I can't risk. That's one part I don't think I want to even try. Like,
but then there are people who do it, and we say kudos to those who actually have, you know, the mind to do that. And yes, the place is there for you. And you know, one thing is that it is good that actually they have places where you can just take vacation. That is the Cozumel is a place where people go for vacation. So if you don't want to dive into the sea, you have other things that you would need to do that will, you know, give you still the fun feeling.
You know, when you're talking about having fun in Mexico, like they said, is one of the largest recorded museums. Like they have it over there. Like when you think of you just want to go on a tour or you want to visit to see animals, like Mexico is one of the places for you to be. So like I thank God, like I'm here and I want to explore all those things, because you know, when you talk about nature, that is Mexico for you. Like most of the things they have over there is natural. So like, why would you want? I love nature. That's true. So when you realize like that's something that's what you want. So like, why do you want to waste time? Like I don't want to waste time in exploring all these things, because I want to visit all these museums, if not completely all of it, but at least let's say maybe 60 or 70%. At least no problem. That's the idea, for me to be tired, so I can at least I'm going to rest after all. So then you realize when you find yourself in these museums, like you see a lot of things, not like other places that you hardly see wild animals over there, like to be like, okay, like it's just limited, like maybe just 2-3, but then you see a lot of them. Like you can just choose where you want to go closer to the cage, and then you can just play with them. And like I love monkeys as well.
You do?
Of course I do.
I don't.
I want to have one, like personally, like I want to have one.
No, I don't.
I want to. Like I love monkeys. I just don't know, like they're just funny looking creatures. So like I just love to.
His name.
Ouch! I'm sorry.
Way back, they used to call me Ultra, and I had a neighbor.
Ultra.
Yeah. Oh
my God.
And then he named
she's clean, like you know. Office, like we're making a research about species. So like the verse, so I was telling them, I was like, I love rat. The one again. That means that's how it is. So when I say monkey, but then I don't know what happened. One day Trisha just died, and then he was really sad. So you see, when you talk about going to the museum in Mexico, like you have a lot of things to do. You exploit things. Like that is what I want to do, because Mexico is a place for you to have fun. In as much as they can even tell you, for instance, when they give you anything, like maybe when they offer you food, especially dinners. Like once they feel okay, it's time. Like when you just find yourself, all it takes to make you meet, even if you're just doing things with them, that is why. Yes, good.
Like they have the industry together to watch movies every comeback at. Some families, well, they together. Do you know, sometimes back home and watch this same thing with her family, or probably this is something that she's used to watching with her parents. She will come back and watch before she goes, and I'm like.
That's why they're always close together now. Like
but it's actually nice to see that, you know, people really love themselves like that. and it's attached. It's not just movies. When you talk about their achievements and all that, like opportunities people get out there for them to work in the cities is because one family member somewhere who is doing well, you know, also wants
Actually
well for
helping.
his family member too, who is probably in the village or something, so that they can also come to the city and make proper use of themselves.
Yeah.
And another thing, again, I would love to talk about aside their movie is also their music. Oh my God, these people
Spanish
love
music.
music. Like it is something like since the Mexican Revolution, they have this kind of music they always
Particular music,
love
yeah.
listening to, which is really interesting. And you see them all dressed up in their traditional attire,
Yeah.
and they just go to the street during the festive period though.
Yeah.
They go to the streets, you know, and then sing. Everybody is just, you know, having fun. And then most times, like on a normal day, there are places you go, or there are some cities you go where you just find a very place that these people are always there, that you can just see them singing music, because you will definitely see
Of
somebody
course
who is
not.
just there seated, you know,
Just
enjoying
listening, yeah.
himself, listening to the music. And you know, they can even invite the person to come and, you know, sing for
Karaoke, yeah, to
you.
come and
You
sing.
know, it is really
Of
fun.
course, yeah.
Uh-uh.
It's very fun.
Just
Like
imagine that I'll pay them to just come and sing for
sing for,
you.
oh God, please, please just do that, because that's what I'm actually expecting. Like, you know, it's very fun when you realize like you're just sitting and someone is singing for you. Like the love, like they just tell you te amo, that means I love you. Like, and then when they tell you that and then they're singing for you, like you just want to know the sense of belonging. Like, you know, this person really loves you, or this person really showing you that he cares about you. Like there's something about it. There's these butterflies that would just be in your stomach, like you just feel like you just don't want, like that's the idea. Like people in Mexico, like they love to, there's, even if they're going to eat whatever it is they want to eat, they must have a drop of lemon in it. Like when
They are my
I
people.
of course, good. I was going to say that, and you're actually here. So, like, really, like they love to drop lemon, like whatsoever it is they want to eat. And then, like, there's another thing again. I think, okay, I've tried that, to take lemon with salt. Like that is one of the things they do as well. Like, and then down on that part they say is for slimming down or something. I've always done that, like I think, but that was like years ago, and I don't think I've done that thing, but I think I want to do it again. I want to go back to that again. And then they said whatever it is that they do, they always feel okay, it's actually welcoming for them to give you anything you want. But then, you know, in as much as they don't really have it, but then they feel it is good for them to give to you what you want. Because like, even if you're just a visitor, they don't just make you feel you're a visitor, they make you feel this is your home, they make you feel you're welcomed here. So they give it to you in as much as they feel okay, you're just coming for the first time, or you're just doing this with them. But then they just want to give you that sense of belonging, so you just know, okay, fine, you're home. When you leave that place and go back to where it is you're coming from, you know you want
wish
to go back. Do you understand? You want to go back there again. Like the treatment we're having, I don't think I want to leave and not come back again.
But I think I don't want to even leave at all.
Okay.
Not to even talk of coming back.
Coming
I just
back.
don't want to leave, because they have a lot of things that,
Yeah,
you
of
know.
course.
They have this Sunday market. We also have Sunday
Yeah,
market.
we have Sunday market
you know?
here. Yeah,
Yeah, so they have this Sunday market, and in this Sunday market you can see everything. Like if you want to
like
experience the whole of Mexico, like
Sunday market
the
is
fun,
just, yeah.
you just need to go to Sunday market. Especially for those who are just, you know, going to Mexico for, you know, visit. It is good that you go to the Sunday market so that you get some things back, you know, where you can just give your people back home at least to say, this is what I got there. And there are women actually, you know, most times there are women actually, you know, back in the days, they were not fully into, you know, working outside the home. And that is why I think they have this sense of, you know, family thing, because the women, anytime a woman is, you know, always in the house, she tries to, you know, bring the people together. So I think that is why their family is always like that, because the women back in the days were always in the house. What they do is to take care of the house, take care of the children, make sure the children are in, you know, good condition when it comes to, you know, mental health. Because for the fact that we are talking about all these things and the goodness of Mexico. You know, when you talk about, there are a lot of things that are happening, illegal drug and all those things that are happening there. And you definitely find these young ones because there is money in it. So most times these young ones are, you know, tempted to do some kind of things. I was watching a video, I mean, of somebody that they were interviewing earlier, and then the person was saying, in this business, in this, what he is doing though, he was like, there is money, but sometimes people get over, you know, excited when they see other people putting up money out there, thinking, okay, this is the only thing they do, without them knowing that there are other things that these people are doing. And people will just get misled by what they are seeing. The next thing, you just want to do that same thing. You don't know the danger and all the things that are in it, that are involved. So you just have to be careful. And that is why, you know, most of the women always try to bring their family together so that they will make sure they are checking on their young ones properly, so that they will not get themselves involved in this kind of, you know, acts.
Yeah, of course. You know, when you're talking about women being always around to take care of children and make sure everything is okay, like, it's more like that is what a woman is supposed to do. Like, most times, you know, there are people that feel, okay, their mothers, they can't talk to them, or they can't just go to their mothers, tell them anything. But then the Mexicans, like, their mothers are actually one of the, like, the best, because when you realize you're facing challenges, when it has to do with maybe education, it has to do with business, has to do with relationship, let's say now peer persuading you to do it, and then there's nothing you can do about it, because you know there are times that growing up, there are a set of people that are just there to destroy you, because you just feel, okay, you're being on
very sensitive.
Very sensitive, because you feel, okay, you're a teenager, like that's the time everything is going to come to you, so you just feel you want to do all these things for yourself, like you just want to get to do it and all of that. But then when you realize that you have this kind of friends and you're thinking in your mind, this is wrong, you should know the next person to fall back to is your mom, because it's not going to be your sister. Your sister could just be one of the people as well, or she could be around that age to just tell you, okay, I feel it's okay. But you know your mom is advanced already, even if she has not experienced that, but at least she has one or two to tell you. So mothers are always available to tell you this thing is wrong or this thing is right. So even if you're doing it, you should know how you're going to go about it. So like, you can't find, even when they're trying to go astray, if you have your mother, which, except if she's late or maybe she's no longer there, but then it's very difficult to realize your mom is not in the house with you, if not that she's late. But then when your mom is around, you know you can talk to her, and you know she's going to tell you this thing you're doing is wrong and you're supposed to do it like this. It's left for you now to accept to do it. Doing all these illegal things in Mexico is actually risky, because once you're being caught, you'll be penalized. And they don't just let you be like, okay, because you've done it, it's like, they don't care if it's your first time. They don't care if maybe you have a problem you want to solve, or so far as you've done it is a crime.
And most of them just have this kind of, okay, it is because of this issue
that I'm trying to solve it. No, it's not possible. They don't just take that. That's more like a flimsy excuse. You have your hands, you have your legs, it's not like you're blind, it's not like you can see. Whatever it is, you can as well find something to do. There are a lot of people here that they find maybe they can just sit waiting for all these menial jobs to do. And then just imagine, okay, fine, you're waiting for something and they just pick you up and then you work. You're not better than all those people. So why wouldn't you want to tell yourself, okay, fine, I can do this? You know, sometimes pride is another thing that weighs us down. When you feel you have pride and then you feel you cannot do this, like, I'm way above this thing, so I'm not going to do. So you just feel like, okay, maybe this other thing is better for me, which is wrong.
It is actually good to think big, but you have to work towards achieving it.
If you don't work towards achieving it, you have to start somewhere. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. So if you don't take off that step, where do you want to go to? Like, how do you want to start it? Like, I have someone that always tell me, even if you step on paper, at least you've gone up a bit.
Of course. You know, you said something earlier that reminds me of when I was going to go to the university. My family were seeing a lot of things then, because they were. It is just out of concern, you know. They just want you to be in, you know, in the right direction. And most times it's not just the mothers that are, you know, are always available. In some families, you will see the fathers who are available. You know, even in Mexico, definitely, you will see some fathers are the ones who are more, you know, active when it comes to checking out what is wrong or right about their children. I can remember when I was going to the university, my family were seeing a lot of things. Today they will tell me, somebody will say, I dreamt this, I dreamt. I'm like, what is it? I am just going to school. But you know, you know, that thing actually made me, when I went to school, I had it in mind that, see, you will not do this thing, you will not do that thing. They saw it already, and when, if you say you will do it, they will say, we have said it. And you know, and one thing about me is that I don't like it. I like proving people wrong. Like when you say, this is what I feel you will do, I want to do a different thing, because I just want to prove you wrong. But it has to be something that is right, though. You understand? So most times when the people try to say, I saw this thing negative, I want to make it right. Even if, you know, something is coming, I want to make it right. And talking about Mexicans now, and how available their mothers are, and how, you know, they're always in the house doing the house chores. There are some women who, you know, most times they do handcrafts. You see them weaving baskets and all those things. And during that Sunday market, that's when that will be the only time, you know, they go out just for them to sell, because the Sunday market is a very, very active market where you see a lot of people going there, especially those who want to travel back. So they will just want to go there and sell something at least, you know, so that they will make themselves useful. For the fact that they said you're a mother, you need to be at home and take care of the kids, doesn't mean you shouldn't do anything. You know, you have to use everybody. I always say everybody is created uniquely. Like, you have to bring out that uniqueness out of you. There's definitely something that God has put in you. So if you want, you know, I don't want to go into the Bible too much now, but the thing is, you have to bring out that thing that God has, you know, placed in you, for you to be happy with yourself, and even for God to be happy with you, because it is more like He gave you, you know, you just left without doing anything about it. So it's really wrong. So they do it. And another thing I really like about these people is their street art. Trust me, you will go to some streets and you'll be wondering, these people are very talented. And you definitely see that in the young people. You see them drawing, like beautiful, crafting something beautiful out of, you know, just their creativity in their heads. And it's really amazing what these people are doing. I just wish that they can use all these natural things that God have given them, you know, to just try, and you know, the economy needs to be up.
Of course, it's another thing, like even if you're trying to build it up for yourself, like you don't always think of just the government, like you have to think of yourself as well. And then, like, you know, like they have a lot of agriculture, that the things they do, like to generate income for them. And then, you know, this act of the thing that they do is more like is for them. Like, okay, they do it and then they sell it just for maybe their families, or maybe to do a lot of things. Talking about doing all these crimes that they do, you see these acts that they do is something that is beautiful, because the mixture of colors and all, like when you're passing on the streets and then you see how they do, like you wonder how these people just think, like they're so creative. Like when you just sit and then you look at all these things they do, you feel like, wow, like these people can actually do this. So then if you can actually think of doing that, no matter how it is, even if you don't have the talent, but at least you can learn. There are people that learn how to do all these things, like how to paint and all of that. They can just start painting the streets with different colors, and then it looks very beautiful. Then when they do all their crafts that they want to, then you just see, you just want to get it for yourself. And then so why won't all these people that are doing all these things just want to just create that thing and then even sell it? You get, like, it will just give them all they need to do. Like for me, once I see it and it's beautiful, I want to get it. So then why won't you just do that as a form of business for yourself, and then for you to do it for your own income? You know, lot of things that they do for fun as well. There was someone's birthday that they were actually celebrating, and I think most of the things they do over there, if you're celebrating your birthday, they'll tend to bury your head in the cake, like, so you just realize you have your face, like everywhere is just cake and all of that. Like, that is the thing that they just want to, like, that's just part of the things they do for fun.
Thank God it's not my birth month, so I won't have to do this.
I was actually thinking of it, like when I just saw that part, I was like, I wish it was your birthday. I would have, but then I'll still do it for you though.
I don't appreciate people touching my face. Like, I don't appreciate anything else coming close to my face. I would rather you know,
any other thing,
just do any other thing, but to any other part of my body, but just my face. No, I don't
yeah, it's pretty though, so that's why.
Well, at this time we'll have to take a little break, and when we are back, we'll continue. Definitely, we are in Mexico. every country in the world has something to offer, from local cuisine to groundbreaking architecture. But actually, ranking the most beautiful countries in the world, that's a bit trickier. Nevertheless, we are in Mexico, and you know it is ranked the second most beautiful, of course, naturally beautiful country in the world. And I hope you've been having a lot of fun from what we have been discussing. We've talked a lot of things, and you know, from their food to how they are, how, you know, accommodating these people, how, you know, hospitable they are, and all of that. And, you know, we have a lot more to talk about. So just keep enjoying the cruise. And I'm still here with my sister, Linda.
Yeah, I'm here, of course.
Yeah, we were talking about something. And where were we? Okay, let's continue. Let's talk about the islands, and you know, some of the things that people use. So, you know, there are some places where, you know, they just go to play golf. Do you love playing golf?
I don't. I just love to sit and watch them play.
No, you can't sit and watch golf. You have to walk.
Okay.
Yes, they have like 16 or 18 holes, if I'm not mistaken, like 16. And when they shoot that shot, you have to
actually
follow.
have to follow.
So you
Yeah,
cannot
true, you
sit
can't
down.
sit down,
You know,
true.
so I have the privilege of watching like a couple of times. It is tiring.
Of
It is.
course it
But
is.
it's a fun game. And trust me, this game is for the rich.
Very rich, of course.
And most times, especially the older ones too, older people enjoy golf more because it makes them keep fit. Like it is. In fact, sometimes I wonder, why is this golf for old people? When you're supposed to be reserving your energy, and then you will
it
throw,
still give them strength.
and you walk and walk and walk to
Just
that
to go,
place.
yeah.
But it is actually a fun game where people just go and, you know, do a lot of things. But when you talk about Mexico and sports, definitely you must talk about soccer. Hey, we have a lot of people that are, you know,
That love soccer.
yeah, you have a lot of big players, you know, in the world now that are coming from Mexico. Fortunately, we can't call their names,
No
but you know,
way.
we have them. And it started from the local places where, like in the villages, where you would see these young people playing football and all. I can remember there was a time that when a child says he wants to play football, the parents would be like, "Are you okay? Who told you that? You know, you have to go to school. You have to do this. You have to do that." But now, trust me, there are parents who will just give birth to a child and name him Ronaldo. And name him so person because they just feel like, you know, you need to.
Yeah.
Like, it is funny how, you know, most times our parents like to put their, okay, this is how I want my child to be. Even though it's good that, you know, put the child through, make the child feel like, okay, this is the path you need to follow. But it doesn't have to be like, you need to tell the child everything. Like, I want you to be a doctor. I feel,
That's bad, actually.
See, to be honest, I have to confess, I just feel like I would be the type of parent who would tell his child, or who would tell her child, that
You have to do
you, I want you to be a doctor. You.
Wow. Not
I don't want a lawyer in my house. I would always like, do you know, there was a time my older sister was like trying to say she wanted to, I don't know if it was me that discouraged her. I said, I don't like it. I don't like law. I don't really, in fact, if you ask me the reason why I don't like law, I don't even have any genuine reason. But I just grew up not liking it. I think maybe something has happened somewhere that I can't really recall, but I just don't like it.
I have a lot of reasons why I don't like lawyers too. Yeah, I do. I do.
But then I just feel like I will be that person, that kind of parent. But God help me.
That's bad. Because it has happened to me. That's the truth. Yeah, at some point, my dad wanted me to be the economist. And then I was like, I don't like it. And he was like, you have to, like, this is what I want for you. After all, I'm the one paying the fees and all of that. I started actually. But my second year, I was actually doing well, but then at some point I told myself, no way, I can't waste it.
You don't want to read, you don't want to calculate.
The thing is, I can't just confess that part, but then no way. So I had to just leave that, and then I went for something else that I'm actually enjoying doing right now, which is something, you know, when you feel this is what you want to do, there's this comfort you have.
There's this passion
Do you
and
get it?
love, you
Like
know.
my nephew was like he wanted to be a footballer. Like they had this career day in school, and they asked them, they were like, okay, what do you want to be in future? Like, you know, they've asked us all these things like way back. Then they asked him like, what do you want? He was like, he wanted to be a footballer. They're like, so what about school? He was like, he doesn't want school again. And I was like, what? I was like, no way, that's not possible.
But you
And
know,
then
if it's not just in Nigeria, I don't know if Nigeria we have schools that, you know,
you can
because
just go for
in
football.
other
No way.
places you definitely see, like in
Yeah.
Mexico, for the fact that you want to be in school, for the fact that you want
Not
to
to be
play
a
football, you
footballer.
definitely have to go to school, you know, for you to be able to qualify
Yes,
to be a
like
footballer.
that's just the idea of it. You know, when you're talking about okay, let's say for instance you want to be a footballer, there's a particular place where you go to, like, even if you're not going to learn the basic things about school, but at least you know you're going to learn that other part of football. I think you're going to build yourself on this other part. It's not just about okay going to school and all of that, but then you will still go to school. Like that's their own. You just have to, because going to school in Mexico is compulsory. Like it's compulsory for you to go to school. Like you don't, and then attendance, they said attendance is for sure. Like every day they must take attendance. They must be sure you're not
They will
coming to
take
school for any
attendance, but
reason.
it's not everywhere that the attendance is counting.
Yeah, true though. You know, there are places, of course. But then like the main places where you know, okay, fine, like you really need to go to school. Like they've just shown us that education is important to them, in as much as they're not really financially buoyant. Like their economy is, they're still growing. Like at some point, like they're still developing and they're still getting all the things they want. Like in as much as they do a lot of things just to generate income, but then it's more like it hasn't come yet. It's more like it's not yet time for
And
them.
you know, the thing is, you know, the percentage of people who have completed like school from nursery to like the tertiary institution is just like 37%.
37%.
And then they have like 70 something percent of people who just, you know, stopped in, some of them in primary school, some of them in secondary school, just because, you know, the economy and then the lack of proper infrastructure. Because you go to some especially rural areas, always the rural areas are the ones
like
getting
that,
it, you know. But then it is always like that, where you find out that they are finding it very, very hard for them to go to school, and they have different reasons, you know. And another thing, one thing again is, even when some of the kids in school, they don't even have running water.
Yeah.
They don't even have taps. So at the end of it, you see that when a child starts school, before you know it, the child is sick already, because they don't have clean water, they don't have, you know, good toilets and all that. And you know, the funny thing is, people don't really know how, no matter how, even if it's an infant, the person can be infected with, you know, toilet infection and all that. So sometimes even those in primary school or in secondary school, you find out that, you know, they have a little, and you know, they are populated, these people, like, and waste, the waste, like the garbage, I don't know how to even put it, you know, they just throw things, you know, sometimes anyhow, and at the end, you just see that people are being infected, or people are sick out of, you know, uncleanliness and all that. So it is really something that, you know, the people are worried about, taking it from school now, taking it down to healthcare again, where even though their healthcare system is actually good, especially when you talk about in the city.
Of course, like, and then you know, like most of them over there, like they speak Spanish, but then in the hospitals they speak English. Like most of the doctors, then they don't just have all these quack doctors anywhere or nurses. They always have the nurses that will take care of you, and then they have everything they need in the hospital. So you can't just say you're going to the hospital and then you're not sure you're going to get treated, or maybe the things you need for them to treat you, like, is not available. Like everything is available, and the hospital is always clean. The hospital is always open for you, no matter how you go, no matter what is wrong with you. They're willing to take care of you. They're willing to give you all the attention you need, all the care you need for them to give. Like it's more like their hospital. Like that's one of the things that they pride in. Like in as much as they know that this is your health. Your health is very important to them, so they're always proud of helping you. They're always proud of trying to make you feel good. Like when you say you're not feeling fine, or maybe when you have serious issues, maybe you need surgeries or all of that, they have particular surgeons that will just come and then they will take care of you and give you the best. And not like other places where they'll tell you they forgot something in your stomach or they did something. Like, that's sad. It's very sad that they always take care of you. Like, all their nurses and doctors, they are educated to the level, like they are well equipped, so they know this is what they need to do, they know this is what they need to give you, they know this is what you need for you to be fine. So you cannot just say they don't do well over there. No, they do. Like, you will wish you're sick so you can just go to the hospital.
No.
That's for people, because they feel the attention you get there. Maybe some other place you might not even get that kind of attention, because Mexicans, talking about family and all of that, the way they love their families, they can just hang out, like they can just stay with even grandmothers and even grandchildren. They sit outside, they crack jokes, they eat, they do all these things.
And you know, most of their food, like they have this kind of natural ingredients where
fresh
most times it fights some of the bacteria that come, because they love eating natural fruits, and even their food too is always, you know, balanced when you talk about the diet. So it's really important that, you know, people take care of their health. But then for the you said sometimes you just wish
that's for some people,
you get sick, but
you just want to go and get their attention.
Trust me, when you're in a country like you won't want to be sick, you know. Absolutely. Because you know there are some countries that when you get sick, just the way you said, something will be, you know, forgotten in your stomach, and which is really that bad. But talking about Espanol, do you want to improve on your Espanol? I want to improve on my Spanish speaking. And you know, one thing with Mexicans is that every day, anytime, always, you get people who can put you through, you know, in speaking Spanish. And if you want to settle in Mexico, you definitely have to learn how to speak Spanish, because you want to communicate with people. Even though, you know, they also love people who speak English, because they have tourists, they have you know, some other people who come to the town or to the city, and they would want you to be able to communicate or tell the people, or to maybe as they are saying something, you can also translate to other people what you know they are saying. So it is really important. Like, if you know how to speak English, it's not this crooked English when we're doing, but then trust me, with this English that we're doing, we can have a job there.
Of course, now
we can teach them
so
how
at
to
least
speak
we can actually start
English
thinking of what to do right now. At least, so we just have something to do while we stay over here.
Of course, you know, but I would love to speak Spanish too.
Yeah, of course. I think someone was telling me he wants to speak Spanish too, and I think that's actually an interesting thing. You know, some people will tell you they just want to speak a particular language, like that is just the thing they want. And in Mexico here, like they speak over 300 languages. Like over 300, and then like
amazing,
it's amazing. Like, to think of the population over there is enough for you to know there are different languages.
Because they have different people from different places. And these people are curious. These people are people who want to know, want to know. So sometimes they can just, like you now, they can just sit down and start asking you a language. You were here, but you will start speaking it in, you know, somebody will just learn it and all.
Yeah, over 300 languages, and then they said, but the ones they speak basically is over 60 languages. So, like, you realize there's no way you can find yourself there and you don't know what to say. You just have something to say, at least, and there's someone to teach you something. Like, one of the languages, there must be someone that is just there to just tell you, okay, this is come, this is go, this is stay, and maybe this is I love you and all of that. Like, I just learned the I love you part, in which I always want to use. Yeah, it's
Te amo.
Te amo. Yeah, that's like, you know, like Spanish is very interesting. Like the sound of it alone, and then once you start learning it, like you just want to speak it. And
I think that's why they love their music too, because
most of their music is in
Spanish is really nice. Like when you get to hear it, especially when they're singing with it. So I think that's all. But another thing, the thing I like these people, I've talked about how beautiful their women are, but then you know these women, there's a way they can wear makeup. A lot of makeup on their face, but you will not notice.
Of course.
You know, they look natural.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not like they're really looking natural. But it's the way that they apply their makeup, like it just makes them look, you know. But it doesn't change them from exactly how they are looking. And I think that's I think that's how makeup should be.
Of course.
Have you watched some videos You know, I had that one video. I had to post it on my status of a girl who was, you know, painting, putting putting a lot of things on the face, and then she just did like this. The next thing, it was a different person.
Yeah,
like,
I think I saw that video. Like, it's magical. It's magical.
To be honest, I asked myself, is this magic?
I saw
how is it possible?
I saw it actually. Like, it's interesting. Like, you know, too much of makeup doesn't make you look beautiful. That's the truth. It makes you look scary. Like, because you just look like maybe, let's say, a teddy or something. Like,
and it's very heavy.
It's very heavy.
Sometimes when I wear makeup, I'll be like, especially when I want to go for weddings. There was one particular wedding I went to be honest, I just felt like going to the side and just
clean it off.
I didn't have something to clean my face. Trust me, I would have cleaned everything. I knew I was more beautiful than, you know,
than the makeup.
That very makeup they did for me. And it was very heavy on my face. I'm like, what is this?
You know, that's why Mexicans see it like it is a natural thing. Like, their makeup is not really heavy. Even if it's heavy, you don't even see it. So then it's not heavy because it looks just okay with them. It looks so natural, and it makes you look very beautiful, not scary. Unlike when you see someone and then you want to run away or be like, oh, is this you? Like, what happened to you? Like, the transformation and all of that.
To be honest, do you know, it's true.
Of
you know, I can wear a makeup, and when you see me, you won't even really know that it's okay. Like, it's Magdalene actually coming. Maybe it's when I talk to you and you hear my voice.
Like, oh, it's you. My brother has done that to me at some point. Like, that's why I don't really like all these heavy makeups. Like, that was going for a wedding, and after the makeup, like, I just went to his room to tell, okay, I'm going. And then when he saw me, he was scared, and the way he was stabbing, I was like, oh, is it you? And I'm like, I don't understand. He was like,
they'll tell you that. Do you know you look finer you look finer without the makeup? It will make you feel like.
But Mexicans, their makeup is just like the best because, like, you know how they know how to blend colors, and they know what is good for their skin and their face. So they don't just do it like at any point, or they just do it like because they want to. Like, it's only when they want to even go out or they want to do something. That's the only time you realize they're doing makeup and all of that. But if not, they're still looking beautiful and all of that. So Mexicans actually do a lot of things to keep them together. They actually do a lot of things to show that they love each other. Like, they don't just think of, and even if they have issues, like maybe they're having issues in the family, don't really take it out. Like, they don't always welcome third parties, which is another interesting thing about it, because somebody like me, I hate third parties in my problems.
But do you know, these people, they are related to themselves one way or
yes,
the other.
Do you understand?
So
like,
the third party is even there.
It's still maybe a family member in one way or the other.
It has to be like, okay, the closest people in the family.
Of course,
you know? But I think that is the best way to, you know, do some things. There are people who will just go out and start, you know, blabbing about some things that have happened in the family.
Which is bad.
But then these people they would rather, you know, call you into, you know, order. They would tell you this is what you did and it is wrong. And that's when their mothers will just bring out that voice, and, you know, and just start. Yeah. But it's just for them to scold you, and it is nothing outside the love of a mother or love of parents to their, you know, their family or their children. And, you know, their young people are actually very active and vibrant. You know, they really love, you know, wherever you go, definitely you would see how active the young people are when you talk about internet.
Of course.
You know, internet has taken over to the extent that, you know, you go to the sites and you see how Mexico has a lot of sites where you can meet your future star.
Yeah, I think I've gotten one invite like that at some point, and they're like, meet this person. What's even the name? One name like that I should meet and I'm like, no, I never asked for this.
You know, my cousin told me a funny story. I don't know if I can share it here, but it was very, very funny. Like, the person was always asking her, do this. She said, I can't do this. She said, I can't do. See, he said, you're very poor.
They're so domineering, like.
Like, I don't understand. Sometimes people just go on net and feel like they are going to get a way out of their poverty or a way out of their situation and all. Trust me, whatever you think you're going through, another person might be going through it too, or more, or more. So you can't just feel like you want to go to the internet and explore people. And you know, it is a common thing, especially amongst the young people who don't want to do anything. They just want to stay, you know, go on net and, you know, just do people and all that. It is everywhere. It is not just in Mexico.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
But then, a success story of other people too, have been said through, social media, where they have met, people, and then now they are married and all that. But, sometimes people just go there. They want to also tap into the anointing of other people
like,
who have successfully, gotten their spouses there.
I think I saw something. I just remembered, like, somebody said she met her husband on the internet, and now they're married and they're happily married and all of that. And someone is like, how come I've not met mine? And I'm like, our destiny is not the same. So, like, what do you expect?
It's possible that the person spends a lot of time on internet, and then she's just wondering, like, if I spend this much time and I've not gotten, so how did you do it? Like, because trust me, there are some people who just spend outrageous time, like they just spend a lot of time doing nothing on internet. I would rather, if I want to be on internet, I should do something that can fetch
you money, not like to scam anybody, but then maybe business. There are no
and fetching the money doesn't mean like, okay, I'll post a content and then, Facebook or Instagram or whatever gives me money. But let it be like it is adding up to your knowledge.
Of course.
And then you're using it to do something useful for your life. You understand? So instead of you just going there, just looking for that very man that will just come and tell you that you are the love of my life. And I want
please try and be friendly, try and be lovely like the Mexicans, because Mexicans actually love each other, and then they are family oriented. So try to love your family and try to do best for everybody.
Of course, hearken to the voice of Linda, Philip, Ali. I was telling myself I will not call your full name, but nah.
You just did.
It is not possible. I have to do it.
I don't know why you love that.
I do. And it is nice that we went through all the cities together, but unfortunately we have to go back. We have to go to our place. That is where we are most welcome, either we like it or not. And then talking about how family oriented these people are, you have to know that your family is your priority. Take care of the family, take care of the kids, do a lot of fun things. Trust me, people are going through a lot. So for you to just take your mind away from all the hustle bustle of this life, just try to have fun. Bad like that. Bad rich like that. Just try to be having fun once in a while. And I had fun, actually.
Of course I did.
Of course. And wait until we take you to another city where we give you juicy gist about all the things that these people do on a daily basis. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.